He's storming the stage. He's just racing up there. And he's got tattoos on his legs, on his arms, on his neck. And okay, where's this going? It's not going to be great. And he gets up on stage, gets in front of the mic, and he just whips out his dick. Just pulls his dick out. And we're like, oh, good God. On either side of his shaft were elephant ears.
Hold up, wait. If I bang a lady, boy, am I still straight? Let's have a competition, get the measuring tape. Bangkok, yeah, I do it for the gang. Hop up in the city in a tuk-tuk. Made me put. Đang lờiความสุข Hop up in the city in a tuk-tuk.
We'll struggle to see that screen, but I think in a minute.
Đang lờiความสุข Hop up in the city in a tuk-tuk.
Alright, Big Chris Cook, how the devil are you, man? I'm good, then. How about yourself? Yeah, very good. For those that don't know you, who the fuck are you?
So I am Alex, Alex Latour. I'm the host of the Tiger News, the founder of Leaf Laugh Love Comedy, which puts on shows in Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya. So comedy is like my side hustle. Doing the news, presentation, and YouTube content is the main hustle. And I don't sleep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, what brought you to Bangkok in the first place, though?
COVID.
Yeah.
Actually, of all things, I was living in China before. And
I heard that wasn't very fun during COVID.
well, that's why I got out. You know,
Places were, but
I bolted. So it was a funny story. I was in Japan on Chinese New Year Hollow, right? So I was an economics teacher in China, so I was on their schedule. And I swear to God, it was like 28 days later. It was insane. Like, just plastic bags tumbling through the streets, not a soul in sight. And it was really freaky. My father had called me. He has like some government connections, and he was like, "You went back to China? They're trying to say no big deal, but it is a very big deal. Get out." So we changed it was winter, so we changed the winter clothes to summer clothes, and I booked the next flight out the very next day, and there were only 2 flights. One was to Kunming, which would not have gotten me out of China, and the other was to Bangkok. So, all right, let's go ride out this COVID thing for a few weeks in Thailand.
and like a lot of people that came here for a few weeks just never left.
Well, that's the funny part. I was in Samui. Our flight was going to arrive late, which completely altered the course of my life. So we were not allowed on that flight. We had the U-turn from Bangkok back to Samui, and I was there for 6 months, being a total cunt, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, oh, come on, guys. It's not so hard. Wear a mask, stay inside. And I'm just doing these videos, like, from the beach. Yeah.
There'll be a solidarity with all people stuck in a flat in a big city.
Exactly. I was like, it's not that hard, guys. Come on. So fun. But yeah, that's how I ended up here. Ended up stuck here.
And you were teaching economics. How does that get you a job as a spokesman?
Yeah, that was also
Newscaster?
Yeah, also a funny story. So I taught economics and comparative politics to Chinese students. So I was teaching them a lot of the taboo stuff. But then,
So you're good at knowing what to say and what not to say.
where the line,
China treated you well.
how to gently toe over them without getting too much in trouble. But yeah, the Tiger had gone to a couple of presenters very quickly. So one girl, she had given like a month's notice and then left, no hard feelings. But then the other girl used that as a position of leverage to be like, oh, now I want X, Y, and Z. This is the Tiger side of the story. I don't really know her side. And they said, well, and we can't give you all of that, but we'll try to give you some of that. And then she just bails really quick. So they were down to just Jay, my co-host, very quickly. And then they tried to hire some influencer types, right? Like some kids that had like a decent following on TikTok. Problem was, they didn't know anything about the news. Like, so when they're reporting on stuff, it just came off as insincere and not really, well thought out. And a friend of mine, a party friend of mine, Luke, thank you. He had been working for a company that shared an office with Tiger, and they're like, hey, I know this guy. He's really good. You should try him. And then I went in for the interview, and they just threw me on the show right away. And reviews went up, and they're like, all right. And I was willing to work for very cheap, and that's the deal. Like, okay.
What's the opposite of a creamy?
Right.
White guys in Bangkok are a commodity.
Right. The market is a little oversupplied.
So you like talking about politics and the news. You find them in every bar.
Yes, good girl. That's where most of my audience is. Thanks, guys. Yes.
So that's cool and that's fun. I bet you meet some really interesting people with that.
Yeah.
Any crazy story?
From Africa. Whoa. Like from Tiger, not really. Like recently, it's been interesting because of this conflict with Thailand and Cambodia. We have been getting attacked by Cambodian bots
Right.
like crazy. It's been insane. They've shut down our website a few times. They've anytime I do any story about it, they flood us with hundreds of the same comment. It's the same exact comment, copy and pasted from hundreds of different accounts.
It's called like the fourth battlefield or something. It's like the total war thing.
It
You're
feels like-
part of the.
It's insane. Because obviously we're a pro-Thai publication, we love Thailand, but there was one story I did where a Thai guy punched a Cambodian guy, like for no reason, just because he was Cambodian. So I did that story to be like, hey guys, look, not all Cambodians sanction this, like we're not in a race war, okay? And that exploded. It got millions of views on TikTok because of the Cambodian bots. They were like, oh yeah, push this up to visibility. Thailand, bad guy, brr. And we got 80,000 more subscribers on this one video. It was just
As you say, they got to walk on the line, right? Like a lot of people avoid the controversy, but that's normally where the interest is. And this is why influencers have been mainstream media. So
yeah, if it bleeds, it leads, man.
if I have something interesting to say about it, being that, and I think you learn that as a skill from comedy as well. Where's the line? Oh yeah, and why would the audience like me pushing that boundary? And now let's do it. And like, people often don't get this outside of comedy, but a lot of edgy comedians are very nice people. It's like punk.
Yeah.
A lot of punk bands are really
Yeah.
vegan, caring, like deeply political people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It comes from heart. And even like the edges of comedians, it's like understanding what it means to be human, pain real share.
Yeah, I'm pushing on some soul pumps. Well, I've seen many of an audience member miss that point. Is it like, hey, I'm making fun of this because I think it is something that's wrong with society. You're right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, my mom had cancer. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's bad.
A lot of us know someone that had cancer.
Right. Yeah, that's where this is coming from. So yeah, but you don't do it for them. You do it for the people that do understand it, right? And you hope you find that audience. But it can be tough.
Do you still read the comments?
Yes, I do.
They recommend you not to.
Well, so I don't do it on everything, but I do it on YouTube. I check the YouTube comments because sometimes there's feedback there where I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, 1 in 10 is constructive.
Right. There was one time somebody said, oh, it's hilarious. All right. First of all, too many ums and ahs, and never came. Trying to work on that. But there was this one time I wore this mint green, like, striped shirt, and everyone's like, is Alex modeling the new line of 7-Eleven uniforms? I was like, oh, God. I can't wear this shirt.
I had that shirt.
Yeah. That was rough. My girlfriend was so mad at me. She's like, I got you that shirt. I'm like, I can't unsee it now. So sometimes a comment like that happens. There are comments though. I have this one dedicated hater. He just goes on every single episode. And it's just like,
An interesting life you must live.
this guy sucks. It's every single video. And it's so funny.
You've been taunted by bots, but this guy's as consistent.
This is a real,
as this.
yeah. He's got a YouTube channel with a couple of videos up that are just not interesting. And
Did you comment on them?
No.
Fine,
I
why
know.
would you bother?
You don't feed the trolls. Like, that's something that I feed.
Oh, so I've been doing some interviews recently, and I have been feeding the trolls because mostly I'm fine with it. It's guys being like, fuck this guy, I don't believe anything he's saying. And I'm like, that's fine. Yeah, that's a valid opinion.
Yeah.
That's probably a good instinct. If the average person just tells you some wild story,
Well, yeah.
very well could be bullshit. But
sure, yeah.
having lived in Bangkok for 25 years, this is why I do this channel. I find that there are a lot of interesting people with genuine interest in store, but they're not all lying.
No, I've heard some wacky stuff, yeah. But as somebody who's trying to do the news, the e-believable, that isn't a little frustrating for me. I don't know, this guy, I've been gone this week traveling for shootsy stuff, and so Jay has been manning the show by himself, And this same guy, he goes on every single who's like, wow, so much better when Alex isn't there. I'm like, can't catch a break, this dude. Like,
You're reading the comments while on holiday.
yeah. I feel like, because honestly, most of the time I like seeing the negative comments about Jay, make you feel better. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Jay? I'd be in there. But goes both ways.
So you're a man about town. Any crazy stories in Bangkok?
Wow. Oh, it's so many. Where to begin? There was one that Greg talked about on the last one that I was stuck out in my mind.
You must have wild things if Greg is telling stories of your show.
Right, yeah. Well, he got a couple of details wrong that I want to...
Oh, you're here
That's a
to fact
record.
check.
Just a little bit.
This is a rebuttal episode.
Yeah, so, okay, first of all, cannabis shows are very fun shows, okay? Screw you, Greg. Like, he comes out and performs them all the time. But, yeah, there was this one, it was a Japanese man. He didn't get the ranks of the man.
Oh, okay.
And-
It's important when you're being racist.
Yes, but most exactly. But this man split his head open. Like he was sitting at the comedy show, not knowing what the hell was going on. He smokes a.
Oh, he didn't sign up for a comedy show.
He did not. He did
So he was sat in the shop and a comedy show set up around him.
correct. And he was, affable enough, trying to enjoy it, but did not speak any English, so it would have been tough. And he smoked too much, and he was sitting in a bar stool, fell out of the bar stool, and split his skull. Like I could see his skull. I could literally see it. It wasn't like just some little butt that, like, it was like full on. He needed a hospital, dude. And he was refusing it. He went into samurai stoic mode, like, no, get out of here. And, yeah, so,
So he's dead. Yeah.
right, yeah. Actually, no, it was so funny. I saw him the next day walking around the same area, and he looked like a cartoon character, like all bandaged up. It was hilarious. So that one sticks out in my mind as something that happened at one of our shows. Another interesting story. There's a few now. Oh god. Okay, so I had some of my friends from craft, some of my drinking buddies, and they brought a friend that I'd never seen. And here's this Asian guy who had lived in Texas for 10 years. He was Thai, lived in Texas for a while, and he had one heckle. He said one heckle over and over again. He kept saying to every comedian, say the N-word.
Oh my.
Very loudly. We had lots of black comedians on that night too, and for hours and hours, like for like an hour of the show, he was just doing it to everybody.
So they were on to him?
Cappuccino tried.
Ah.
Just like, I think Daniel was there too. It was a couple of our black comedian friends, and they were just doing their best to try and like handle it until finally he said, all right, if nobody will say it, I'll say it. Shut up.
Is that the only reason he went to the show?
I have no idea.
You went there saying the N-word?
Shit face, dude. I was like, that's edgy comedy. Like, oh god.
When's the Igor on that?
It's like you picked the wrong night, man. You could have gotten your dream for sure. But yeah, he's not been invited back. And all right, one last story of misbehaving audience members. It was in Pattaya, which of course Chris will be on the Pattaya show next week. It's some of our best shows. We get like 80.
The first Saturday of the month? Is that the...
No, it kind of hovers around. We usually try, but I like doing it earlier in the month because late
Monday.
Right. They haven't been terrible with their finances yet. I know it's better.
Especially in Pattaya, spend that in 2 days.
That's true. But yeah, so we're at the show, and it was Arnie. You know Arnie. He was closing up the show, and he asked the audience, does anybody have a tattoo? And this very cute girl in the front, she's like, I got one. It's a cute little bat. He's like, come on stage. Gonna do something fun with that, I guess. But before she can get up there, there's a table of patio bowls. And you don't know what a patio boy is. It's what you're gonna look like in 10 years. But no, it's just the bigger guys, bald, lots of tattoos. And they're like, that tattoo's nothing. You gotta see this guy's tattoo. And before we invite him on stage, he's storming the stage. He's just racing up there. And he's got tattoos on his legs, on his arms, on his neck. And we're like, okay, where's this going? It's not gonna be great. And he gets up on stage, gets in front of the mic, and he just whips out his dick. Just pulls his dick out. And we're like, oh good God. On either side of his shaft were elephant ears.
I mean, that's a great joke for the lads, but his poor wife, he's still...
Oh, you like this guy had a wife. Get out of here. The real issue was that in the front row, by the way, our show's supposed to be 20 and up, so there was rule breaking on both sides. No nudity, but also no children under 20. And there was an 11-year-old in the front row, an 11-year-old boy. who had just gotten a face full of old man dick. And yeah, we were mortified. We were like, oh God, we got to talk to the parents. Talk to the parents after the show. They're like, what? One penis on a Saturday night in Pattaya? That's nothing for this kid. It was a hardened better.
They chose to raise a child in Pattaya.
The kid had a great time. I think he was a little traumatized by that, but he was having a lot of fun the other way around. But yeah, anyway, so lots of interesting stories come out in rows, that's for sure. What about you? Have you had any particularly badly misbehaved?
Yeah, it's not particularly funny, but the wonderful Pim, young, high female comedian, she's weird out. She's new to it because she's so young. Everything she does is neat. But yeah, she's been doing it for what, nearly a year, not even that, and
yeah, like always really supportive crowd. People like to see Thai comedians at a comedy show in Thailand.
They're girls. We don't get them right. Girls.
yeah, definitely. It feels like a bit of a white boy stub sometimes. So yeah, always great. And yeah, this guy in the front, like clearly sort of like a MAGA teen, right? He looks like an 18-year-old. Yeah, and he's just heard all this like, oh, if there's a woman, then it's woke sort of thing. He's just annoyed that there's a Thai woman at the show. And he just like stands up and says, oh, this woke shit. And I'm like, she's not, her existence isn't woke, bro. Like, women are half the population. Jesus Christ, like, buddy, like, no wonder these guys can't get laid.
Yeah,
and
right.
and like, it's always tough when you're host. You become such a people pleaser when you're in service of the show and in service of the audience, especially when you're host at your failing comedy club, right? You need every beer these dickheads are gonna buy.
Right.
But immediate note from me, and I just said, dude, get the fuck out. He's like, what? I'm like, ow, and just started walking towards him and pointing at the door, and he just got up and walked out. And I was like, cool, anyone else have a problem with a Thai person performing in Thailand?
Fuck, I hate that shit too. Like, Bill Burr had a great thing on a podcast recently where he's like, I hate when like they say woke, like this. It's such classic white people to steal a word and steal culture without even understanding it before repurposing it in a bad way. Like I swear it was so many of the conservative comedians just like, well, bullshit, just to mean like, that's their catch-all for liberal tier bullshit, which sure, we can be overly sensitive. I can agree with that, but I think that the sentiment behind woke is that there is like it is a shitty system. There are shitty systemic problems that affect adversely, minorities and people. This isn't supposed to be.
I get it. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah,
but I think especially like the last 10 years of comedy has been a lot of backlash to that.
Right.
So there's a generation of new comics who are very sort of anti that. And as someone that runs shows and nights, and I know this too, me and your politics alone will probably on most things. But I will welcome all it. So as long as it's not hate crime.
Yeah.
I'm very clear on that. As long as it's.
This is what I always say about doing, because I have like liberal friends that are just like, no, Republican, I don't even want to talk to them. But yeah, fuck that, first of all. I don't like that because I think they are people and it is a lot better exposure there.
Controversial statement.
Well, come on. It is. Face your fears, people. But also.
Perhaps if we understood them a bit better, we wouldn't lose so many elections.
Fuck, if they'd stop fucking stealing them. Anyways, moving on. What I love about the comedy scene and having conservatives and liberals, like there's so many of both represented on our comedy scene that when we're in there, when we're on stage, we're like warriors in the same battle. We're trying to make that room have a good time. Now, whether that's with my liberal perspective or their conservative perspective, if they're able to do it with their conservative perspective, which I have seen many, many times. Like jokes that I don't necessarily align with my politics, but are presented in such a clever and fun way. Fuck it, say it. It's.
I mean, I would imagine that there are those perspectives everywhere. Just in Bangkok, they're free to say them.
Yeah.
The view scenes, they get shushed.
That's the thing that I don't know so much about, like, because I've only performed in Asia, so I really don't know if the crowds are that sensitive in the West. But it doesn't.
So as I say, I think the pendulum swung a bit the other way. Well, it was 10 years ago at the height of Twitter. Yeah. But things were a bit cancy, right?
Yeah.
And then it swung too far the other way, I think. And people are angry that women exist.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, we deal with that DP. Just kick those guys out the fucking club, mate.
Yeah.
But Thailand has always skewed a bit libertarian because
Yeah.
it's people that didn't make it back home.
LBH.
So they're against whatever the home government's doing.
Yeah.
And they've chosen to move to a military dictatorship.
I moved abroad during the Obama years, so I did it before it was cool. Okay, I've been out here, but yeah, I think you're right. I honestly love that about Thailand. The crowds overall seem very supportive, like not ready to like you mentioned about British crowds, how they seem like ready to just like that's not my fault. I'm funnier than that.
Yeah, like there's an old joke. If a host says to an audience, like, "How's everyone doing?" They're like, "We'll see." Like, start telling jokes, and we'll let you.
I'm here to be cheered up.
Otherwise, it's a chat at a bus stop.
Right. It is fair enough.
When's the comedy started, Dicko?
Yeah. That's the funny thing is like so many people out here are coming to shows for the very first time. They really don't have
That's blew my mind. When I've asked, because anyone here never been to a comedy show, half the audience for the hand up, they're like, "Not getting there."
Yeah. I always just knock.
We're just so deep into it. We just
Right.
I go to a comedy show twice a week.
I know. God, if only. No, yeah. But that's the thing. When you're in it, you're performing like 3 or 4 nights a week. Last weekend I did 5 shows in 5 nights, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, this is so. Yeah, and like 3 of those shows were excellent shows. 2 of them were total bombs, and it's a crapshoot every time, man. You just don't know what you're going to show up to, but you're living for those really good ones because when it's good, there's nothing like it. It's like,
Yeah, I hate when I see a bad comedian blame the audience though. A good comedian will be like, "What did I do wrong for that audience? Like, what can I learn from that?" I mean, it's different when like a great professional A-list celebrity says that was a horrible brand.
yeah.
But I heard a few comedians who like, "But you still kill it." We're just like, "Wow, that room took some warming."
Right. Yeah. That happened in our most recent Katia show. I thought that the comics were doing very well, but it was just tougher. Like the one before where we had Arnie and Marnie the Aussie boys on, the room was just rocket. And honestly, man, it was so many of the same customers, so many of the same people were coming, like maybe like 50-50 you and 50-50 returning. And it was just so much harder to get them going. I don't really know what it was. Perhaps it was the fact that we were all North American, like it was Americans and Canadians, and people just don't like us as much these days.
It's hard to put a finger on it sometimes. Sometimes just the magic doesn't happen.
Yeah. And, again, you're not sitting up there blaming the audience while you're in the middle of it, but you come off and sort of be like, okay, did I miss my marks or
As you should do in any craft, you examine, you improve.
Right.
But I think that there's 2 things comedians often miss. That in a room full of laughing people, they'll notice the person who's standing.
Right.
They won't be magnetic people into you about that. Yeah, no. Why don't you like the show? And also, like, it is entirely possible, especially for a British audience, to not laugh a bunch. Go home and have had a good night.
Yeah. So that was the wild thing.
An internal laugh still counts.
Right. After the show, I got a lot of everybody. There were 2 feedback that I got from a lot of people. 1, more bathroom breaks. It's an older crowd. 2,
Older drinking crowd.
right, exactly. 2 was that they had a great time. And then they loved it. It was just I couldn't get them like laughing and splitting their sides or whatever. But they still really enjoyed it, is what most people said. Or they might just be stroking my ego.
The magic is when the whole room laughs together, and then that becomes like a wave, and that is harder to get in British audiences. And I find, especially with the edge of material, it's not necessarily that they're sat there woke scolding you. It's like if they have to pause and think about the intention of your joke, it's to make it very clear off the bat.
Right.
Are you here to lean into hate crimes, which is an approach, right? This is going to be so shocking you can tell I'm saying ironically, like, right? Or am I actually railing against the bad thing
Yeah.
and highlighting it? But especially if you're only doing like 5 to 10 minutes, make it clear off the bat. Right. What journey will be going on here? Like, what bus are the audience getting on? If you clear that, they'll get on the bus with you. If not,
That's well said. We had one of the comedians that you'll be performing with this week. That he's lead sport conservative, and he does this thing where he writes a song about the audience. And I heard about the second that, so I think it's really dope. But they're like, what do you do? Like he writes a song about like their name, what they do, and somebody said like, oh, I'm a climate scientist or something like that. Stefan. What Stefan a climate scientist? Yeah. No. This is somebody else in the audience. And this guy is not a big believer in global warming or something like that. So he made this whole song very ironic and sarcastic about the concept of global warming, which in his true conservative heart thinks is silly and not true at all. But the whole audience is reading it like, oh, he is on our side. He's making fun of us like he would be from that. So the fact that the audience doesn't know whether he actually believes what he's saying or whether he's mocking what his own beliefs are meant that it worked for whatever your perspective is.
Yeah, and some of the awkward cringe comedians in Bangkok do well when the audience starts laughing. Some of them are laughing with, some at.
Oh yeah.
But that works. As long as the audience is laughing in unison,
Right.
they'll have a break set.
I've seen that a few times where it's just like, this is like, how could somebody go on stage and say these things? This is so painful for us, and we're laughing at that. But
Yeah, it's hard to give them feedback because I want to be like, I think the audience laughs most when they don't think you're aware of how weird you are.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, oh, you're not. Damn. Okay. You think you're jumping up there?
Oh, right. Yeah, I can think of some very specific examples like that.
Bring go. They've already done that.
No, not doing it. I guess because they're sweet, right? Like,
Well, this
they're
is it.
yeah.
Someone that runs shows, we shouldn't be mocking
Right.
our performance.
Right.
And I'm very sympathetic. I'm very sympathetic that anyone that's trying new material, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
The people that annoy me is they can probably gonna say 5 minutes. You not open mics for 10 years. Why? This is insanity. Stop it.
It is. Well, it's like, it's like I consider it being like a painter or a musician. I'm just gonna play one song. Hey, like you're just gonna paint the same doodle forever and be good. You really have to branch out and try new ideas and things like that. And that's how you discover more about yourself, your style, what actually works with audiences, and because you're doing the same jokes. I get it. Like you think they work, but we're doing the same room with the same people all the time. We've heard it. We know whether this is good or not. Maybe if you're doing this in front of a new audience, it'll tell. All right, save it for that. But we're these open mics to experiment and
you know when the comedians have to zone out and be on their phone.
Oh yeah.
So yes, more content, new content, and also it's an opportunity to write some new stuff, get feedback. I loved using Raw as a writer's aid.
Yeah.
Dude, just trying some stuff out.
Dude, if I get one audience, we still run the show. Like, yeah, we still run it. Because I'll have like 6 or 7 comics a day. Still like,
I've heard the staff chocolate.
yeah.
It's not the stuff very good in your show.
That when we do 420, the staff are super into it. I love that. Like, so that's so good. Because we struggle in there. We're moving that show from Sundays to Saturdays bi-weekly. So, on Saturdays, we're a little more for traction. Because, Sundays is just being it for low season. That's for sure.
So you see a lot of people partying here. Are they doing it wrong, or is Bangkok just meant to be enjoyed? Is it just meant to just burn it at both ends and to crash out, get fired from a shitty English teaching job?
Yeah,
And go back home and you've run out of schools to abuse.
Yeah, I went through, during COVID, during lockdown, here was my routine. I would do teaching in the mornings. Like, I only caught, until noon, basically. Then after that, I would go to the gym. Then after that, I would play video games. Until I would go, because there were lockdown and stuff like that, we would just do house parties with a group of friends of mine, where we would just buy a lot of cocaine. You can edit that out. And we would do drugs until, 3 in the morning, and then I would wake up and repeat it. Yeah, that was an awful routine. It's not great.
I wasn't sure whether you were going to say awful or awesome, man.
Both. I had abs back then. I was really, I was looking good. I've since put on the weight since.
Yeah, I love the fitness influencers where I'm like, come on, amphetamine.
That was my secret.
That's cheap.
Yeah, it's I was working out every day, but then I was also not eating at night too.
Yeah.
And that was, man, I look good. I gotta tell you that. But boy, I also had some nights where I'm I'm gonna die. This is I'm gonna have heart palpitations that I'm going to keel over and die. Not to mention how expensive it is. How much money you tear through. And then nothing good ever happens, at 4 in the morning, right? When you're on those binges. And, it's fun talking shit, but then I realized I'm just at the same party with the same people talking the same shit. And they're just gossiping. Yeah, it's just too. Everybody's just talking shit about each other. And I was just
And then you realize that when you're not there.
yeah, I know.
You're
yeah. Well, they were such friends for such a long time, then it all turned on a dime. And I became persona non grata very quickly. And that was actually probably the best thing that could have happened for me because it got me to stop using, and it got me out of like that influence of
That is very hard to quit cocaine and you learn it. They're a shreddy boy.
right.
Just talk about how awesome, mate.
I know.
Shreddy.
And I'm like, wow, I did this for so long. Yeah. What did I gain from it? Well, absolutely nothing. Now I've gained about 10 kilos. So, but oh, that reminds me of this. Right, I did a movie recently.
Oh, nice.
That was super fun. So now I'm like filling my time with more projects. Right? Like pursuing stand-up comedy. I do a lot of voice acting. I just acted in a short film produced by a Burmese. Cool. It was a very fun experience. So I shot 2 scenes. I bookend the movie. Like I'm spoilers. I'm not supposed to say this thing. But the funny thing is, for wardrobe, they have me. I had a suit that they love the style of. Like they just wear that suit. The problem is I got the suit made 4 years ago when I was in that cocaine era, and I have since put on about 10 kilos when I put that suit on. And I had to just like curl myself in. I was bursting at the seams, and they just did tricks of the camera to make sure like I did the whole scene with my button unbuttoned. It was like, it was not buttoned, but I untucked the shirt, put it over, and I was like, oh God. So yeah, that was fun working on a movie. Hopefully that doesn't shelter on the big screen.
Are you doing more of that?
Hopefully. So the voice acting has been like, I do a lot of dubbing over of like Korean movies, French movies and stuff. So that's really fun because like you're in the studio, they make you stand up, you have to like you gesticulate, and so you gotta match up the timing with like the reworded script that they've given you. Also, if there's a fight scene, you're doing all of the fighting eventually. And then I'm like getting choked out, like to do all of that in the sound. Just so fun. And then on-screen acting was super fun to try and get the subtleties of my facial expression in it, body language, especially in a suit that's way too tight for you. It's a fun challenge. But yeah, hopefully with the portfolio growing, you can open up more doors and see things like that. This Cappuccino has been enacting a great comedian friends and Tisti. Yeah, I've been trying to get more advice from him about how to actually start and put in the door now that I have some projects that I've done.
Yeah, I did a Pringles commercial 10, 15 years ago now. And it was interesting. You get a lot of it's through agents who take a
Very hefty cut, right? But it was still more money than I was earning doing anything else. So that is.
it was weird how there was like, you notice how egalitarian
Human culture is. Like, even like a king's banquet, people eat the same food as but he would be served a separate about you eating a beef.
Imagine inviting someone for dinner and being like, I'll have a good
See, we don't do royalty in America, by entry.
Sure you do. Sure you do. You're gonna have Bushes. You're gonna have Trumps in power for the next 100 years.
Oh, God.
so enjoy that.
Thanks.
But yeah, no. On the set, the Russian extras weren't allowed to eat the same food as me, who had us speaking.
And yeah, the stuff on like almost snapped her hand. Just incredibly.
Wow, that is not great. Super mean. There was one commercial I did that was very high end. This was about like 12, 13 years ago in China. You know, have you ever heard of Zhang Ziyi, the Chinese actress who's in Pouch and Pack and Dry Annuals, Memoirs of a Geisha?
I've just never heard it pronounced properly.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Lived to try it for a while. Or kill me if I got it wrong. So I was in a commercial with her, and it was they flew me down to an island where she was doing a real estate development thing. And I never got to meet her. I was just with her. Like, I was like the boyfriend of her body double the whole time.
Oh, wow.
But this was...
She declined the opportunity.
I know. That was very... So, if you're listening...
She's on.
we could have been something. But yeah, it was my girlfriend at the time that flew me down. She knew the director. And so there was like hundreds of staff in this advertising shoot. There was like directors, like as ADs, there was all sorts of extras in it. And I'm just like the main guy in this like massive production for what would end up being like a 3-minute commercial or something like that. And then in the final version, I'm in it for 5 seconds. It's like all her, like just doing her own shoot. But we spent like, it was like a full-on 18-hour day from like beginning to end, just doing different shoots from different locations. Dozens of extras doing weird stuff. And it was like, that's still the biggest production I've ever been on. Was that commercial. And it shows you the scale of things, particularly in China. But it's growing up a lot in Asia. The idea, like, there's so many productions now that are in Thailand.
Well, for a long time, like Australia filmed here, and then I think the rest of the world started just taking advantage of. You've got, Shutterstock, who does all the stock photos.
Right.
So many of them were filmed here.
Oh.
But every time I see like a ethnically diverse boardroom, I recognize half of the people in the photo. It was anyone that was moderately attractive on the cocaine diet 10 years ago, all our friends.
Yeah. I was like, hey, I know there's Eddie. But no, I just found out. No, I'm on Shutterstock.
I bet you are.
They were, some of my guys were going through for the footage, and they're like, hey, this is you. Why are you here? Like, it was for some other. There was not for Shutterstock. They just steal my likeness. I don't even know.
Oh, and now they just AI was great, but I guess.
The fuck though? Like, where's my Shutterstock? What? Like, yes, I would know you.
Yeah, it would have been in the small print somewhere.
I guess.
They can resell it.
Just signing away my life.
Oh, sure. And then the infamous Pepsi ad at the height of Black Lives Matter, where Kylie Jenner handed a Pepsi to Ole to stop him from beating her.
Right.
That was filmed here as well. A few of my friends were in that. I'm really upset about backlash over.
Wow, it was this shitty idea. What do you want?
Guys, what if we stop police brutality?
Right. With a Pepsi. Can't even get a code, man.
See, there's a big angry conversation that's going on. We just like to put ourselves in the middle of it. Yeah. Oh, the bees are swarming around me. How has this happened? Who could have foreseen this? No.
It's absolutely insane. Have you seen the new commercial, the Sydney Sweeney one?
Yeah, she's got nice boobs.
Right. That's the idea. She's like, well, they say your offspring genes are passed down from parents to offspring. By the way, my genes are blue, or something like that. And now here, this is one of those classic liberal versus conservative. So because she said this and people construed it as like, oh, my genes are good, and Aryan race stuff.
A dog whistle, they call it.
Right, a dog whistle, which maybe it was. But then a few liberals got pissed off about it, to which the conservatives, now Fox News 24/7, like, what? What's wrong with being a big-titted blonde woman? Like, was that so bad? And you can just see the cycle in play, right? Like, make a little dog whistle thing, then some liberals will get upset. Then the conservative mainstream will just go absolutely bonkers on it.
We don't care. Release the Epstein list.
Right.
Stop trying to distract us with this bullshit.
That's the real bird. But it's just like, what are we, like...
I refuse to engage in the cultural stuff, and I know you're a member of the media class, but I find it just such an intentional distraction.
That's what I mean.
Such low stakes.
Well, that's the point that I'm trying to say, is that this is bullshit.
The racists win because it is a bit of a dog whistle.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Agree.
Like
That's my stance on it. I was like, wait, this is overkill, guys. What
anyone mistaking this race towards fascism, you have bigger issues.
Right.
They're building concentration camps. That's the problem.
Sydney Sweeney talking about genes, like, who gives a shit? Like, it's insane to me. Even it, like, and there's an argument to say that maybe they just fucked up. It wasn't like genes and genes.
No, but that's part of the propaganda war. They want us distracted. It's a waste of our time.
But that's what I mean. Like, I'm just saying that, like, this could have been innocuous. It could have not even been a dog whistle. Like, a genes plus genes play on words makes sense for a commercial about genes. I don't know.
She has good genes.
Sure, she's hot. It's fine. And that's what I mean. So it might not have even been a dog whistle, but it still got blown up into one. And as you said, it's media distraction from the Epstein. So that's what we all know. See ya.
R.I.P. Giselle. Although I think she's going to be released now, right?
They're talking about they're making some
Full
deep.
pardon? Something like. The list is going to be exclusively with Democrats, and
Right. He's talking about pardoning Diddy. He's talking about
yeah, like I don't know. I didn't look too much into the Diddy thing. It just seemed like he was having some fun parties. What sort of underground?
Yeah. Sex trafficking everywhere.
But if you break your girlfriend on a plane trip, isn't that sex trafficking?
Well, sure. No, he was flying in male prostitutes from other states to then have sex with kids for.
How is that worse than sourcing locally? Is it like the farm to table or
Well, I
organic
think
farming? All your prostitutes should be sourced locally
Yeah.
on a vegan diet. Exclusively.
Well, technically, prostitution's illegal everywhere in America, so then it becomes a federal crime once you do it across.
So it's just the problem of getting on the phone.
Right. Yeah. Look. If we want to legalize sex work, that's another. I'm all for that. Yeah, sex work is work. But these are still crimes. These are still illegal things. And more than that, he was very, very abusive. Like he would. Did you see? There was a video of him dragging the girl like down a hallway, like slapping her around and stuff. There's like hard evidence of so. I can only imagine what happened behind closed doors.
But wasn't he acquitted by a jury?
On not all charges. You
Okay.
acquitted on like
The headlines work well. They're like, P. Diddy acquitted. You're like, wow.
Well, he was acquitted on the major ones, but he's still on the book for
Just some minor federally sex trafficking.
he's still being held. So they're doing sentencing in a couple of months, I think,
And he still could face up like a maximum of like 20, I think 25 years, but minimum could be 0.
So I have a feeling which end of the spectrum.
I mean, is this bad for his image? He did always say he was a bad boy for life.
For life. Yeah.
It's never been more popular to be a dickhead.
And he puts out hits on people. Like Kid Cudi testified, he's like, yeah, he pulled up my car. Like straight up. Like he's surely had people murdered, I feel like, including Tupac and Finny.
Would you ever do OnlyFans?
Would I?
What's my market?
Don't know. I mean, that was my second question. Have you ever been asked this?
I have.
You never get outrageous DMs asking.
Dude, the amount of I get, who sends me? I do get dick pics. Gay dudes are very aggressive in my DMs.
Are they solicited dick?
Very
I
like
assume.
I don't know. You might be soliciting.
sometimes I go into I call it once a month I go into wear gay mode. Like when there's a cold moon, I go ow, and I look
That's you're on the spectrum. Friday the 13th.
oh no, I become fabulous. No, but yeah, gay dudes are so aggressive, and it just reminds me, like, this is what girls have to put up with from straight dudes all the time. Straight, like, our punishment as straight men is gay men being creeps to us. Like,
It's one of my favorite memes is how uncomfortable, I prefer like guys feel about the idea of going into a gay bar and being kid on. It's like, now you understand
right?
what women are talking.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I'm so okay with it, because it's just like, this is just our divine punishment type thing.
Kid armor.
Yeah, and usually, you can fight them like this in the same way that
You can beat them up.
Yeah, most girls can like find a way to get away from like a dude they're not interested in. You can do that with gay guys too. But there have been times I used to go to Ceylon, which is the very gay area.
Ceylon Soy 4.
We're correct. Yeah, the gay alley.
I think we regularly shouted out on this channel.
Oh, thanks. What's up?
As a sponsor.
Yeah. Well, I've been in there several times. I love going to drag shows. I think they're super fun. But when it's really packed in there, dude, I'm just walking around and everybody's just like grabbing my legs. Like that's the one signal. They're like, "Bear," and they bam, eye contact, huh? And then no, and then on to the next guy. And
Yeah, I wish I was gay, man. I'd hanging out with my gay friends and the guy would be like, hey, you want to come home with me? He's like, no, you're a bit old and fat. And he's like, yeah, but I suck dick really well. We're like, he goes, okay then. Exchange numbers. I'm like,
Jesus.
so easy. Yeah.
I would get killed.
Right. Yeah.
I would terrify.
Yeah. That's the interesting thing about gay dudes. And if you're in a gay relationship,
You want to have that threesome? Sure, you're plugged into it, right? Like,
Just almost there.
right? Yeah. What they call the snake eating itself, like the.
This has taken a dramatic left turn.
I'm having fun.
For any of the gay guys into comedy, I was going to ask, can I do the next roast battle at one of your places?
What, yeah, sure. Yeah. I forgot. We need a venue.
yeah, we do need a venue. Yeah, my God.
Absolutely. Absolutely we can. Yeah. Need to figure out which one. Because we have options.
Yeah, first I'll pick a day of the week, Pickies.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I want to start doing shows at Craft. I think we us Craft on Soy 23. There are a few right outside, but inside is Whiskars, which is a lovely little cigar and whiskey lounge. And
Do it inside there then.
yeah, I would do it inside there because they have a nice stage with the band set up and everything. But we've decided redo the seating arrangement a little bit. They said that they've done the seating arrangement to watch like the Super Bowl and stuff never before, which would be perfect. Is everybody facing towards the stage? And yeah, I hate the amount of traffic we would get there because they just have tons of traffic all the time. Anyway,
Tell the location. They're not the Tom you ever thought.
never. I've been on them for like 2 years trying to get a show there, and finally they're acquiescing, and they're like, all right, let's give it a shot. So, be on the lookout for that soon. I think that'd be a great one for the roast battle.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah.
150 people that are going to see this.
Hey, count it. Hey, the people that are watching this are going to be the more engaged. That
And just if we get some of your Cambodian bots in the comments.
Do well. So I just say Cambodia a few more times and it will appear. It's like Beetlejuice.
Keywords.
Cambodia.
They're up there. All right, brilliant. Well, Alex, thank you very much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
My legend, man. Appreciate what you're doing for the comedy scene, and I like your work. It's nice to just have an easy, simple summary of what's going on.
My pleasure.
I don't have to read the newspaper.
It's my suffering that I go
Go
through.
to work. Just
Yeah,
stopping you while I'm reading.
Right. Oh God, don't read your news. Just let me heal. that.
So we don't have to.
Exactly. Well, and I barely do that. So that's.
Cheers, guys. Peace.
Okay, guys. Bye.
That was fun.
Ah, good one.